30 base.
Bang L! Bang L! Bang L!
I got you! I got you!
Pilot, 64, weak. 5.
Here's carry number 1 for Jordan Howard. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
12 yards there, good for a Saints first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
First, they go right back to Howard. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play there. Second down.
Let's go.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
In your face.
Second and 10. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
You see me?
They just gave up a
You
sack
see
there, if
me?
I'm not mistaken.
They
They
can't
gave up
stop
4
me out
last
here.
week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
The Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down.
Snap.
From the gun, Eason. And that is incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line.
Down. 10 Tucson. Hey, let's get some blue dark corkers. Blue dark corkers.
First down, Love.
Hey, turn it up. Turn it up.
He's got his man here as Gary Jennings Jr. A big play there for the Dolphins. 48 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited
Ready?
about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game.
Go!
Off the play fake.
Get in the weight room. Get in the
He
weight
finds
room.
Robinson. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Dolphins first down. Well, they're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help, because you remember when we sat in with in the
go,
production meeting with them to talk about this, and hey, how you guys gonna come out of the gate? I know I offered my help with a few plays, and they didn't seem to want it.
I didn't offer mine.
You were the smart one. Whatever they're doing, though, it's working really well.
Ready? Check, 47.
Looking to throw.
Here we go, D. Here I come again. Here I come
Stepping up, he'll
again.
try and
Here I
run.
come again.
Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the first down.
Ready, go.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, that could be some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. Gary Jennings with touchdown number 7 on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point forthcoming. And we'll see if this rain affects the team's decisions going forward, but they kick it here, and it's good. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Let's go. Let's do this.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Let's go now.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, do you think they can take to make sure they don't do that again? Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. Exactly right. A lost opportunity.
10's the mic. 10's the mic.
Ready?
To throw on second down.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Looking for Thomas, but that's intercepted. Picked off by Jerome Baker. And the return will stop right around the 25. He was trying to hit Thomas that time. A CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about it. Should have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got.
And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Christian Wilkins, the defensive tackle, getting in there for a loss of 5.
64, weak.
Looking to throw on second down. Love. He'll let this go for the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick.
And Brandon, the passing game for both of these teams is going to be affected as the game goes along. It's not looking like the rain's going to let up anytime soon, so that might mean a few more wobbly passes and wide receiver slips. And this one winds up getting intercepted.
Check 3.
Gone. Deep river.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he's taken to the ground, but he was pulled down by the face mask. Here come the flags. And I believe this is going to be a first down.
Ready?
Now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Operating from the gun. Eason. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
And had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10.
Check. Show an 8. SOS.
Ban.
SOS.
Hit it.
To throw again. Eason. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
That's what I'm talking about. Nice
Well, it
hit,
certainly
boy.
appears that they're going to try and keep getting him the football. That's the 3rd time they've looked in his direction. Unfortunately, haven't completed one yet, but I'm not sure they're going to shy away from him. They feel like they've got something there, and they want to capitalize on it.
I think you're right. We're only in the first quarter, so a lot of opportunities ahead. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
Let go.
From the gun, Eason. Looking here for Smith downfield. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. And
That's
a
a
big
pick,
turnover
boy. That's a
there
pick.
as his guys
Going
will
the other
get
way.
the football back.
Ready?
The Dolphins at the
47's the
line
mic.
ready for their next
You ain't
drive.
going nowhere.
A tale of two extremes already. This game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive, followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer.
Let's go.
Gotta come out now and put together some nice plays.
The big play has him all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Back to throw. Love. He's got this one complete to Perriman. A Miami first down, that one going for a gain of 11.
Ready, set.
This quarterback now already over 100 yards passing in just this first quarter. It's 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Love. His throw incomplete. He was trying to get it to Kalen Ballage out of the backfield, but it'll be 2nd down.
Yeah, good game catching the ball in the backfield a week ago, and they're going to try and involve him in that way in this game as well. But you can tell scouting is taking over. They're making it a little bit more difficult.
Yeah, defensively, they told us, hey, we've got to take him out of the passing game, limit it to just short runs, because he can really impact us. Now Ballage. And he's going to get this inside the 30.
Come on,
that
baby.
one good for 13 and a Dolphin first down.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
Tight go.
Love. This one in the hands of the running back, Ballage. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Give him 12 yards there, and the Dolphins have a first down. After 7-0 on EA Sports.
Ready. 60 outlaw. Check. Check 52. 22 jet bomber.
Mike's 47. Hey, come on out here. Come get some.
Foxtrot.
Come out here. Come get some.
Fully on first down. Love looking for Perriman there. He's got him. Another nice gain. 16 yards there and a first down again.
Complete to Brashad Perriman. 1st and goal at the 1-yard line.
Okay, ready. 61. Matchbox, light.
Watch the twist.
Alert 3.
Set, go.
Looking to throw. Love. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. Brashad Perriman, his 11th touchdown of the year. But the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. Now the try here for the point after. And this is no good. Missed the PAT, so they fail to connect, and this remains a 13-0 game. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
At their own 25-yard line.
Ready, set.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these games, so far, they've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me,
Let's go, fellas.
finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic.
10 Lobo.
Meaning you don't have to
X3.
go deep
218
down the field.
chopper.
Maybe you hit them on the
check,
short
five.
passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way.
That's it.
Set,
Don't
ready.
cause any
70,
extra stress on
Indy.
your offense.
Officially no gain on the play.
Get it.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. He's got Smith here. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. 23 yards the pickup there.
And the Saints first down.
Here we go.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Matchbox lights.
Now Howard. 7 yards on the pickup there. And it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Your trip is here.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, Gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Check four.
Check.
He's checking. Crash.
Hey, Delta. Now.
To throw on second down. Eason under pressure, and he will go down. Sack back at the 38.
Tracks, baby. Get off the
That's
train
number
tracks.
4. Sack number 4. They had 4 last week, so he's been down on the ground a lot.
Partner, they say the eye in the sky does not lie. And that's indeed the case because they watched the game tape from the previous week, incorporated it into their own defensive scheme, and continued to get after this quarterback.
And now this defense will be searching for sack number 5.
Ready?
So they need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on third down. Operating from the gun, Eason. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31, 30, 20, 10, 5. And he will score. Touchdown, Miami.
Too easy for him.
Third down, passing down. They throw the extra defensive back in there for a nickel package, and it worked out.
And it's not anything that you would think is just great strategy. It's just that when you have 5 defensive backs on the field on an obvious passing down, it's a lot tougher to complete a pass. And on that play, they completed it just to the wrong team, and it cost them 6 points.
The call is to go for one and kick the extra point. And again, it's no good. A few boo birds coming out as he's missed his second extra point here in the first half. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away.
All day.
The Saints take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here we go.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down. No, but you're down 3 scores already. You've got nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
Get ready.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating to use a boxing analogy.
On first and 10, Eason under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Jerome Baker in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
They come up on second and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Try the right side. They get 5 yards on the run there. Still left staring at a third and about 14.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
The Saints on third down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is third and 14.
Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. 10's the
gun. Eason. Open man is Michael Thomas. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 44-yard line.
Here we go.
So now first and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 44-yard line. Run from the pistol with Howard. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30.
Here we go.
Now it looks like we'll get a timeout as there's a Saints player down here on the field. We'll get an update when we come back to Hard Rock Stadium. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll send you up to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there, and he'll have stats and scores from a busy Sunday. First carry for Central Florida along Latavius Murray. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. Second and 2.
What a luxury to have a guy like this who can not only spell your starter, but can come in and keep drives going.
Ready,
8
ready.
yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple.
Protein spill.
Out, 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 out.
5.
They run with Bonifant. And he's stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on third down. This will be play number 7 on the drive. Third and a yard.
22 jet bomber. 22 jet bomber.
Hey, we got Mike 10 right here, guys.
Get it.
Operating for the gun. Eason. And he's got it. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
Let's go.
Give him 22 yards, and that's also where they snapped it from, the 22.
Come on,
this is first and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Now they'll run. And he'll barrel his way into the end zone for a Saint touchdown. Latavius Murray, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Will Lutz on for the point after. And they're able to cut the deficit to 12.
Makes the score Dolphins 19, Saints 7.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Ready up.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. You've
quiet,
got under a minute to go
quiet.
here until halftime. You've got a good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try and add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that looks at this and says, first half going my way, have a little bit of a cushion. Let's go ahead and try and extend things. You've got some good plays drawn up. You might want to think about them right here.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marcus Williams. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. So we come upon halftime, and what's a 12-point game at the break.
Let's go.
As we go up to Orlando now and hand it over to Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
On the double.
The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive.
Orbit. Here we go. Here we go.
On first down, Love. That one complete to his receiver, Jennings. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
Let's go.
Fresh out of the locker room, they hit him with a gain of over 20. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and provide this margin too.
Throw right side to Perriman, and it's caught. A Miami first down, that one going for a gain of 11.
Let's go. Let's go.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up the block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line.
We play
Give
to
him
win.
12 yards
Let's
there, and the Dolphins
go.
have a first down.
Set.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math.
Let's go.
4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack.
Come on,
Christian
set.
Wilkins
15,
able to get in there for his
Exit.
second sack of the afternoon.
Ready.
2nd and 15. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
Down.
An incomplete
10
pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Grace don't travel. Grace don't travel.
Check 24. You go tight.
Rock.
Tight. You got tight right there. Bang, 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 bang. 58, right over there, right over there. Yeah, yeah. Mike, 58, right there. Switch out, switch out. 58.
On the gun.
Rabbit.
And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there. That brings up 4th. On now the Miami field goal unit. From the right hash, this from 53. And that one will be no good. He never had it online. It's well wide to the left, and this score will stay right where it is.
I tell you, it's not easy kicking field goals in the best of conditions. You add in a downpour like we're in right now, it makes it that much harder. And sure enough, they can't convert here.
Down.
The Saints
60
offense
or.
on the field, ready to get their drive started.
let 'em
They
know.
trail offense.
Let 'em
First time to
Leo,
touch the
Leo.
ball in quarter
Check
3,
26, check 26.
and we'll see what they can do.
Watch
And
twins.
I can't wait
Watch
to see
twins.
what they
Hatch
have
it,
planned.
hatch it.
Because
Check.
some teams
Hey,
script
lock
to
it.
start a half.
Hot,
Other
hot.
teams just
Watch
go,
the
okay,
air.
Now.
these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things work well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big guy.
Can't get away, and he's taken down. Cameron Hayward in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this
Set,
entire
ready.
game. The
10
way they've been
Lobo.
pushed around.
This
6
is the
sacks
mic.
given
And
up
we
in
gotta
this
get to
one.
the ball, D. We gotta
Work
get
to
to the
be
ball.
done
Let's
here
keep
on
moving.
2nd and 16 after the sack. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 39. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line.
Keep doing that.
Boy, so another interception, CD. It feels like he's starting to unravel
Ready.
a little bit.
50.
And as you would
Play.
expect, still a work in
You ain't got
progress here in his
nothing.
second
You ain't got
season.
nothing.
He has to
Let's
start
go.
ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have
He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins.
Let's go. Touchdown, baby.
Rashad
Let's
Perriman.
go.
His second touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. These have been no picnic for him so far. He's missed 2, but this one is good. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken very short. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Let's go, let's go.
On the 26-yard line.
Here we go, here we
The
go.
Saints offense on the
70,
field ready to
Indy.
get their drive started.
Let's get that ball. Let's get that ball.
Ready, ready.
Trying to shake off the interception and look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cameron Jordan, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
Second down.
Now following the sack, they look to make amends on a second down and 17.
He's coming. Double up, double up. He's coming, double up.
Mike 10. Mike 10. Mike 10.
Big River, Big River.
Back to throw. Eason. He's going to launch this thing way down. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. And he'll bring this one back to the 29.
Let's go, baby. Pick 6
Gosh, you
all
add
day.
up
Don't
last
throw my
week and
side.
this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're
Ready.
not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes.
H3,
Or
2,
maybe,
18,
partner,
chopper,
is the
chopper.
confidence level in him so
High
high
7, let's
that they
go.
believe he'll get out of it and make plays for
Let
them.
They said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive.
That's it, baby.
And
We
inside
gonna
the
work.
20 before he's brought down. A Miami first down, that one going for a gain of 11. This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's
Check it
first
out,
and 10.
Let's go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
A solid pickup at 13 sets him up first and goal.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Buzz.
Mike's 47. Mike's 47.
You don't look at it. Ready.
Looking to
They didn't let you
throw.
play.
Love sliding out of the pocket. And it's caught. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line.
Oh, boy,
Nice
I know you
job
felt that
defensively
one.
to hold him
I
to
know
4,
you
and
felt
now
that
it's
one.
second and goal. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention.
Let's go
Because
now, let's go
now
now,
you're in
let's go
scramble
now.
drill.
Watch
So
17.
everyone's adjusting their
Watch the
routes,
screen, watch the
finding
screen.
open space,
Watch the
and he found the
screen.
right
Say,
Blue
spot
dart
for the
corkers,
completion.
Blue dart corkers. Go.
"47's the mic. 47's the mic.
Ready, go.
Second and 2.
Coming after you.
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And a short return to the 6-yard line. They needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the third quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break, taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
Let's go.
come on, capitalize on this one.
Ready.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch.
I'm gonna hit you.
We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense.
Check.
I want the ball in the hands of X,
Switch it,
Y, and
switch
Z
it.
and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Here's second and 8. And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 12. And he will score.
Touchdown, baby. Let's go.
Miami.
Let's go.
This D wanting to put it away before we even get to the fourth quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Now for the point after. And that will bump the lead up to 26.
Makes the score Dolphins 33, Saints 7.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard
Keep playing hard.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here we go.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started.
They
are right now just ice cold.
Hey, watch this.
Look at
they
me.
have struggled
Dog,
big time
dog.
in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they
Go.
adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Sack
Cameron
lunch, baby.
Hayward,
Yum, yum,
he's
yum,
the
yum,
one to
yum.
get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Defense went 3-4. They got some push from the inside.
And this is something in a 3-4 you don't normally get because the nose tackle who got the sack, he's usually responsible or ends up getting double-teamed and sometimes triple-teamed. How about him working his way back and putting the big guy on the ground?
Let's go.
2nd
30
and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack.
Hey, Sam on.
24.
Shoot.
2nd and 14. Airing it out deep for Smith. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 20. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
This will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Check, 47. They can't hang with us.
What happened?
The drive will commence with a run by Balaj. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. Here's a carry for a former starter. This is Lamar Miller. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 2 yards, good enough for a first. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
They left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 34-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Here we go, D. Get off the field. Check 43.
They'll try the right side here with Miller. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
Yeah, baby.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Set hut. 10 Lobo. Sack Mike 47. Pilot 64 weak.
Nightmares, son. You gonna see me in your nightmares.
Let's go.
To throw on 3rd down. Love. And Jennings has it. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. And they're able to convert on 3rd with a solid gain of 23. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Definitely too early to panic, but that is his 4th carry of the game, and collectively has in total 10 yards. So maybe there's no panic, but maybe some concern.
Yeah, and maybe a little concern up front because they're not giving him any space right now. 2nd and 9 now. And that's incomplete. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different, no matter what you do in practice. You can't simulate it, right? So your decision-making, everything has to be a little bit quicker.
Great.
Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
Coming for you, son.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
58, bravo! 58's the mic.
Let's go. Let's get this ball back for the offense. Let's go. 58, right over there, right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right.
Ready, go!
Back to throw. Love. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Marcus Davenport, the first rounder out of UTSA with a sack. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and probably kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
No, off.
Throwing on 1st down. Eason. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense is well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Golf. Now.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Eason looking here for Smith downfield. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on, 3rd down.
Come on,
so it's Saints football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Look at the throw. Eason gets it to Thomas. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. They give them 27 yards on the 3rd down conversion.
Ready!
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. Incomplete. Another incompletion. It's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
You're out.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Big grip.
Throwing again. Eason. And now here is another interception. Picked off inside the 5. All smiles and high fives on that defensive sideline. That interception will cap off what was truly a tremendous performance.
Yeah, if you can hold a team to 7 points in the NFL, that's the kind of day that you feel really good about. Now, I do know a few guys are going to think to themselves, one more play. Could have had our shutout.
And not a lot of daylight, not really any daylight inside, as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up second down.
Second and 10 at the 10-yard line.
Here they come, second and 10 now from the 10.
Hey, watch the ball, watch the ball.
Now it's the backup Stafford. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. It got his man complete. And all the way down to the 36-yard line. It's a big play there for Miami. 54 yards. So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's first down on the other side of the field. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll take this for a short gain on what will prove to be the final play of this ball game. So a victory here for the Miami Dolphins, and they were really helped by their defense forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of. But now it's about taking the ball away, taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one, and it led them to victory.
So for the Dolphins, they remain as hot as anyone, 6-0 now through the first month and a half. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Meanwhile, for the Saints, the loss here will move them back to 500 at 3-3. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
The Ravens are now on the clock. The Chiefs are now on the clock. The Broncos are now on the clock. The Colts are now on the clock. The Ravens are now on the clock. The Raiders are now on the clock. The Falcons are now on the clock. The Cardinals are now on the clock. The Browns are now on the clock. The Dolphins are now on the clock. The Redskins are now on the clock. The Bills are now on the clock. The Titans are now on the clock. The Packers are now on the clock. The Dolphins are now on the clock. The Saints are now on the clock. The Ravens are now on the clock. The Raiders are now on the clock. The Falcons are now on the clock. The Cardinals are now on the clock. The Lions are now on the clock. The Saints are now on the clock. The Redskins are now on the clock. The Bills are now on the clock. The Titans are now on the clock. The Packers are now on the clock. The Giants are now on the clock. The Jets are now on the clock. The San Antonio Marshals are now on the clock. The Dolphins are now on the clock. The 49ers are now on the clock. The Dolphins are now on the clock. The San Antonio Marshals are now on the clock. The Eagles are now on the clock. The Jaguars are now on the clock. The Jets are now on the clock. The Bears are now on the clock. The Saints are now on the clock. The Rams are now on the clock. The Patriots are now on the clock. The Jaguars are now on the clock. The Jaguars are now on the clock. The Dolphins are now on the clock. The Broncos are now on the clock. The Vikings are now on the clock. The Buccaneers are now on the clock. The Broncos are now on the clock. The Broncos are now on the clock. The Ravens are now on the clock. The Raiders are now on the clock. The Falcons are now on the clock. The Cardinals are now on the clock. The Dolphins are now on the clock. The Saints are now on the clock. The Redskins are now on the clock. The Jets are now on the clock. The Titans are now on the clock. The Packers are now on the clock. The Giants are now on the clock. The Jets are now on the clock. The Browns are now on the clock. The Lions are now on the clock. The Dolphins are now on the clock. The Dolphins are now on the clock. The San Antonio Marshals are now on the clock. The Eagles are now on the clock. The Jaguars are now on the clock. The Ravens are now on the clock. The Buccaneers are now on the clock. The Texans are now on the clock. The Rams are now on the clock. The Patriots are now on the clock. The 49ers are now on the clock. The Texans are now on the clock. The Ravens are now on the clock. The 49ers are now on the clock. The Vikings are now on the clock. The Seahawks are now on the clock. The Broncos are now on the clock. The Colts are now on the clock. The Ravens are now on the clock. The Raiders are now on the clock. The Falcons are now on the clock. The Cardinals are now on the clock. The Chiefs are now on the clock. The Saints are now on the clock. The Redskins are now on the clock. The Bills are now on the clock. The Titans are now on the clock. The Packers are now on the clock. The Giants are now on the clock. The Jets are now on the clock. The Bears are now on the clock. The Cowboys are now on the clock. The Lions are now on the clock. The Dolphins are now on the clock. The San Antonio Marshals are now on the clock. The Eagles are now on the clock. The Jaguars are now on the clock. The Ravens are now on the clock. The Buccaneers are now on the clock. The Bears are now on the clock. The Rams are now on the clock. The Patriots are now on the clock. The Bears are now on the clock. The Lions are now on the clock. The Steelers are now on the clock. The 49ers are now on the clock. The Vikings are now on the clock.